What every systems engineer with cognitive issues need to know about their ERISA disability claim. Systems engineers have a unique ability to understand, manage, and organize information. You're a knowledge worker. Now, these abilities can be impacted by cognitive issues caused by a myriad of medical problems: early onset dementia, brain injury, stroke, Parkinson's disease, even multiple sclerosis. You might be surprised to learn that disability insurance carriers or plans hate disability claims that are based on a cognitive impairment. You might ask why. Well, they don't like claims that are based on subjective complaints like memory loss or confusion or problems staying on task. There are three things you need to prove. You need objective evidence of the diagnosis. You want objective evidence in the form of a CT scan or an MRI scan or even neuropsychological testing to document the presence of an organic cause of the neurocognitive issues. You also want to have objective evidence of restrictions and limitations that prevent you from performing your occupational duty. So let's say you have a problem with remembering tasks or staying on task. You want objective evidence that confirms the nature of those particular problems, but you want it also backed up by neurocognitive testing that confirms that the nature of the problems that you're having are linked to an organic issue. And lastly, you have to prove a causal relationship between the diagnosis of the cognitive impairment and the restrictions and limitations caused by the cognitive impairment and your inability to do your own occupation or any other occupation. So if we're dealing with a known occupation claim as a systems engineer, I want my vocational evaluator to outline what your job duties are as a systems engineer and you to explain to us what it is you're having problems doing, so that if I need to get neurocognitive testing, I'm having our neuropsychologist tease out the right tests to get at the organic basis of the problems that you're having. Or I may have to interview your doctor and ask specific questions about the findings on the CT scan or the MRI or the neuropsychologist to confirm that in fact the problems that you're having that cause you an inability to do your own occupation are organically based. Now, as a systems engineer, you're dealing with data, you're organizing data. It's the same thing here as an ERISA disability attorney. I'm only as good as the data I get from you, only as good as the disability insurance policy information that I have, your medical records, and I'm only as good as your doctor lets me be. If they're not going to cooperate, then I'll be telling you that we need to find other physicians who can evaluate you, including maybe a neuropsychologist, and we're going to need a vocational evaluator to help tie this all together. If you're a systems engineer who's having problems performing their occupation because of dementia caused by any type of medical problem, please reach out to me at 727-894-3188. It's been my honor and pleasure to represent systems engineers just as you who have these problems. My job is to help you get the disability benefits you deserve, regardless of where you live in the United States. 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation.